Hi, it's Diane from Style Falcon, and thank you for joining me in my sewing studio here in Connecticut. Style Falcon is a sewing pattern brand for mature figures with a cut and style that we older ladies prefer, whether you've been through menopause, you've taken more than 40 trips around the sun, you've given birth, you have health issues, whatever your deal is, we might be the sewing pattern company for you. Thanks so much for joining. Each week I like to just give a little update on what's been going on here, a little behind the scenes look, informal, no big whoop. So the main thing is I have the new sewing pattern that's going to be coming out shortly. That is the Daring Duster. Again, I'll show you here are the technical flats and some of the fashion illustrations, as well as some of the tester versions that have come back in all different colors, all different fabrics, styles. It's always super exciting to see. Patterns at the printer, waiting for the printer to get back to me. It should be the first week in May. That's what they said, and I hope that they're right about that. So in the meantime, just boring behind the scenes stuff. I'm just building the website for the pattern, taking care of all the like the behind the scenes stuff that has to happen to make sure that the pattern shows up on like all my channels. I also redid our wholesale agreement to add this pattern in, since people can start pre-ordering it. The wholesaler companies that I work with can start pre-ordering it if they want to. Again, not super fun and exciting stuff, but it needs to be done. And I'm really excited about this pattern, and I can't wait to show it to you. This is toward the end of April, so one of the things that's always going on in the spring is the sewing challenge, if you want to call it that, or the maker's challenge that's called Me Made May. Me Made May is a completely voluntary event that is celebrated every May with people who hand make clothing or other kinds of useful items. And the idea behind it really is just to celebrate and wear and use what we make. I think that the woman who started it, her name is Zoe, and here's a link to her blog, and you can check out her info if you want. She's super cool. She had this belief that, people were sewing things, people were making, whether they were sewing things, they were knitting things, they were making stuff, and then it would just kind of go in the closet, it would languish. People sometimes are reluctant to wear something they've made. Maybe they feel like it's not perfect, or it doesn't fit 100% perfectly, or there's some other reason why it disappoints them. Or it could be that you've made something and it's too nice and you're afraid to mess it up or stretch it out or whatever, so it doesn't see the light of day. Or there could be a million other reasons. Sometimes people just make a lot of things. They're just really, high production type people, and they have more clothes than they can really wear. Whatever the story is, whatever your deal is personally, the idea behind Me Made May is just to use these things, to wear them and celebrate them and enjoy them. Some people will post on Instagram or on Facebook pictures. Other people, maybe if you have a blog or if you're going to any kind of an event or something, whether it's a sewing, club like maybe American Sewing Guild or something like that, or just in your everyday life, just to wear the things that you've made and enjoy them. If you want, you can take a pledge. You can kind of promise yourself you're going to do something. A lot of people will pledge, I pledge to wear my handmade things, X number of days a week or X number of times during the month. Or I pledge to wear everything that I've made that's in season at least once during the month of May. Some people have a goal to kind of go through their closet, find things that haven't been loved enough, give them some love. There's a lot of different ways you can go. Personally, I wear something that I make every day. It's a really rare day when I don't. Here's my gorgeous Go Day top, for example, which is in a springtime poppy print. So for me, it's what I'd like to do is be thoughtful, use the month of May in this event to be thoughtful about what I do and what I make. And also to think about for the future, like what do I want to make for myself and what do I want to make for all of you? What types of patterns, what types of designs, textiles, etc. do I want to get familiar with? Do I want to put out there? So that's my goal for the month, is to go through things that I've made, whether they're Style Falcon patterns or they're other companies' patterns, because I do use other ones too. And figure that out. Figure out what are my favorites? What are the things I reach for time and again, and why are they my favorites? Like, what makes them my favorite? And then think about that for the future, whether I'm making something for myself or I'm designing for y'all. So that is my Me Made May pledge. Say that 5 times fast. Are you going to do a pledge? Think about it. You can leave your comments here. You can certainly follow Zoe either on Instagram or follow her blog. Make your pledge, or you can just make it yourself. You don't have to tell the world. You don't have to tell anybody but yourself. It's just something you can do on your own for as privately or publicly as you want. But I encourage you, regardless of whether you want to be public or private about it, do something. Come up with some kind of a little pledge for yourself to wear your sewn garments or knitted garments or other kinds of, maybe handmade jewelry or home deck items you've made, whatever it may be. Use them and enjoy them and celebrate them. Last week, we talked about different types of denim, their different properties, and different types of projects that they might be useful for. So maybe you're wondering, okay, that's great, but we've all had the experience of denim changing over time. The properties of it do change. It does tend to get softer. It fades, of course, because it's usually pretty intense dye. So I just want to show you 4 projects that I have here that I've made out of the different types of denim that I demonstrated last week. And I'll talk a little bit about how they have changed over time. So let's go over to the cutting table. These are the different denim samples that I showed you last week, the raw yardage, which had been pre-treated and just washed, and then the final project. So if you're curious, here's how they have changed over time. And I have them organized from the fabrics that have changed the most with wear and with laundering, and the ones that have changed the least. So starting with the most and going to the least. The most is definitely the stretch denim, which is a cotton poly and elastane blend. You can see it's pretty stretchy, and it has this kind of hand. It's pretty stiff, not really stiff, but fairly stiff going in. And then I made these jeans. This is the ginger jean pattern from Closet Core. I made these in 2021, and you can see that they are very soft now, and they have changed quite a bit. The hand of them has really changed. They're great. I love these jeans, and I still wear them all the time. But that's what you can expect from the cotton poly elastane blend. And I think it's probably because it's a blend. And it's also, this wasn't a very expensive bit of yardage because these was sort of the first pair of jeans I ever made. So maybe that was part of the reason too. Next up, this is the oldest of the 4 projects that I have here. This is a skirt that I made, a button front skirt that I made in 2016 out of this vintage denim. At the time, I was trying to make a skirt that was, it was like a knockoff of a designer skirt. So I wanted to use this sort of vintagey denim and these types of kind of heavy buttons. I even did a little kind of 70s style paisley for the facing. And then you can see in the back I made some pockets. This has changed. It's changed quite a bit. It has certainly faded quite a bit. It has gotten a lot softer. It has gotten a lot slubbier over time. But it's held up. I mean, this is a 10-year-old handmade skirt, and I think it's held up really well. One of the things I did with this is I did some top stitching just along the placket. I don't know if you can, I'm going to hold it up so you can see this kind of back and forth top stitching, which I think has really helped keep its shape. This was adapted from the Maria Denmark Yasmin yoke skirt pattern, which doesn't have a button front. I added some ease and added the button plackets, and then of course the button loops. So that one's, I would say, has changed the second most. The last 2 have changed the least. This is the Cone Mills denim. You'll recall this is the 100% cotton denim that's made in the United States from American grown cotton, and it's got this gorgeous color. It has these are the jeans I made. This is the Claryville jeans pattern from Workroom Social, and they have a camp in the Catskill Mountains in New York every fall, and I saw took the jeans making class, and over the course of a weekend I made these jeans. And then I did a little machine embroidery because I'm fancy like that on the pockets. While the color has changed, the hand of the jeans haven't really changed that much. It has gotten softer, but not as much as the other ones. It has retained a lot of its structure, and I think it is probably because this is very high quality denim. It's very tightly woven, and it had like a very intense dye on it. So I would put that as the third most changed. And then the least changed, in fact, it hardly looks really changed at all, is this Japanese denim. And the fabric that has changed the least is the Japanese denim. These are secret jeans trousers that I made in 2022. You may recall I made this paisley patch pocket in the back. I don't think I have any more of this exact Japanese denim in this color. This was like a indigo wash, and this was a black wash. You can see that the colors are very slightly different. So it's not exactly the same, but it's the principle is the same that I'm going to tell you, is that it's still kind of shiny like the raw yardage is, which again has just been pre-washed, but I haven't done anything else with it. The hand of it hasn't really changed very much. It is a little softer, but not significantly so. And it has held its color really well, even though they are different washes. You can see like this one, these are still pretty dark, especially compared to the other ones and how much they have faded. Just to put these out so you can see them. So I would say if you like the hand of Japanese denim, and if you are interested in retaining a deep color for your jeans, Japanese denim is the way to go. If you wanted a vintage look that was just going to get softer and more vintagey over time, if you can find some vintage denim, go for it. Or if you are willing to pay up and get Cone Mills denim or another denim that's maybe made in the United States and is 100% cotton, go for it. And if you want something that's really going to develop a lot of character and change quite a bit over time and get a lot softer, I would say go with the cotton poly blend with the stretch denim with the little spandex. So that's all I have to say about that, as Forrest Gump would have said. I'm now going to head back and continue working on the new website for the new pattern that's coming out, and other kinds of stuff like that, which again is not sewing, is a lot of work in front of the computer, sadly, but that's just the way it goes. I hope to have that pattern released really soon. I'm just waiting on the printer. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Diane from Style Falcon. Take care.